folks, it's October, it's nearly Halloween, I've got some pumpkins. I don't know why I did that song, but it's staying. Welcome to my channel, my name's Lou Yardley. I'm an indie author from the UK, I write some horror, I write some dark fantasy, sometimes I mash it all together. Actually, most of the time I mash it all together. As it's October, or Horroctober, I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and record a video telling you about the books I'm planning to read this month. So I'm planning to go for ghosts, witches, vampires, and all of the usual Halloween tropes, and hopefully I'll be able to get through them all by the end of the month. So first on my list is a ghosty book. When I think of ghost stories and modern authors, one author always springs to mind, and that's Darcy Coates. I've read a few of her books already, but I watched Cameron Chaney's Darcy Coates unboxing video the other day, and I realised how many of her books I hadn't read. I had not realised this woman had written so many books, and October just seems like the perfect time to jump into a haunted house story. So I've chosen The Haunting of Ashburn House as my book, and I'm sure I'll love it, and I'll post a review once I'm done. Now on to the vampires. This is a book that I've had on my radar for quite a while because I talk to the author on Twitter a fair bit. So for my vampire book, I'm picking Nocturnal Blood by Villimey Mist, and I'm sorry if I pronounced Villimey wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Nocturnal Blood is part of a series, so I'm looking forward to getting completely hooked on this world that Villimey's created. Next up, over on Twitter a little while ago I asked for witchy and ghosty book recommendations. I was hoping to go for something indie, but really I was open to anything. I got loads and loads and loads of recommendations. Some of them were not witchy or ghosty, so I get the feeling that people were just chucking any old thing in there, but that's fine, that happens. One of the books that really stood out to me was not an indie one, but it's the one I'm picking, and that's The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Just reading the blurb makes me feel creepy and weird, and I can't wait to delve into it. And finally, I'm only doing 4 books for my Horroctober, and you'll see why in a minute. And finally, I'm going for Forest of Shadows by Shea. I have no idea what this book is about. Could be about anything for all I know, but Hunter mentioned it on Twitter recently, so I've added it to my list. And to be honest, you can't go wrong with a Shea, can you? No! So yes, unlike many a booktuber, I've only got 4 books in my October list, and that is because I'm still reading another book. And I've said before, I think, that I think of myself as part Deadite and part Hobbit. Now, the Deadite part of me likes all the horror, and the Hobbit part of me, which also accounts for my height, the Hobbit part of me likes the fantasy stuff. So I'm reading a fantasy book at the moment called A Plague of Giants by Kevin Hearne. And as you can see, it's a big old beastie, but I'm absolutely loving it. He has created a world that just feels so real to me now. So yeah, it's about 600 pages long, and I'm about 400 pages of the way through it. So I'm doing quite well, I'm tearing through it quite quickly. And I will be posting a review of it when I'm done. But I really wanted to get this one read, because it'd been sat on my TBR pile for what I thought was a couple of months. But I picked it out last week, and I opened it and found my receipt from Waterstones, and I realised I bought it in 2018, so it was probably time I read this one. And I think the second book in the series is already out, and I believe the third is on its way, so as I'm enjoying this one so much, I would probably be picking them up pretty soon as well. If you haven't put together your Horroctober list yet, and you're looking for a book to read, then I would highly recommend It Came From the Darkness, coming from Red Cape Publishing and Philip Rogers PR. This anthology is full of horror drabbles and spooky artwork. Not only is it a great way to keep yourself entertained, but it's also raising money for a charity that is very, very dear to my heart. Amazingly, Red K Publishing and Philip Rogers have decided to use the Max the Brave Fund as their charity. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, you probably already know the story of Max the Brave, and I won't go into it here because I've tried to record it a few times and I just can't get through it. So what I will do is I'll put a link to the Max the Brave site down below so you can take a look and read about my nephew and read about the work that my sister is doing in his memory. You can also donate there if you want, or you can just wait for the book to be released. The release date is the 30th of September, but I believe pre-orders will be out in the next couple of weeks, I think. I may be lying. I think that's it for this week. I didn't do a video last week because I was gearing up for the Banished pre-order. The Banished pre-order is now live, so I'll stick links down below, and yeah, you know the drill. There's also a pre-order giveaway where you can win hardbacks, paperbacks, t-shirts, mugs, general book swag. I am planning to do a video on Banished very soon, but I'm waiting for the proof copies to arrive so I can hold them up, so that's why that's not done yet. What else? Oh, we're talking to PJ Blakey Novice, or Peter, which is easier to say. We're talking to him later on CRYPTIDS, Crypts and Coffee. So that episode will be going up at some point, either over the weekend or on Monday morning, depending on how quick I am. And also Janine Pipe, who I co-host the podcast with, she's just been accepted into a couple of horror anthologies, so I just wanted to say well done, I'm so proud of you! That's it for now. I'll catch up with you all soon, and yeah, bye!